Hello, people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon, here, back with more Fate Grand Order, Realm of the Thanatos Impulse, Traum. This is the third time I'm doing that intro here on Twitch, but the first time for you watching on YouTube, because today we're tackling Section 16, a 3-arrow node. Really quick though, thank you, Just Gabby here, for the follow. It is greatly appreciated. But let us begin with Section 16 now, the King and his brave knights. No quest battle for this quest. I tangled my tongue. Yeah. Yeah, so no battles for this first node. Okay. Sounds good. We want to live. We want to fill our lungs with air. We want to feel our heart pumping. We want to inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. It's not wrong to want these things. Not at all. But then, what will we do to get them? Is it wrong to betray for them? Is it wrong to flee for them? I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. That's Atlantis. I can't win. I can't retaliate. I can't even do anything to help. Forgive me for running away. So we ran. We ran from Atlantis all the way to the Singularity. They were in Atlantis? What? Okay. Okay. That's right. We ran away. No, that's not right. I ran and I took him with me. All he could do was tremble in fright, unsure of what to do or even what the right thing might be. He could only question, and of course, he did. We faced gods, heroes with the strength of demons. Some servants said there was no hope for victory, and elected simply to disappear. They said they saw no point in wasting their time and magical energy on a hopeless endeavor. Some chose to remain without running away. Some chose not to run away, but they still withdrew from the world. We were one of the servants who ran. Using our second noble phantasm, we slipped right out of Atlantis. My only miscalculation was that we ended up lost in the Singularity immediately afterward. We were one of the very few servants who came to the Singularity while retaining knowledge of the Lost Belt. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it here, because that's what I do on these story-based ones. So, if I remember back in Atlantis, Odysseus blocked all the natural ley lines of the world so that we would not be able to summon support. But there was still some servants that were there, because Drake was there, Jason was there, Medi was there, Herc was there, and apparently Don Quixote was there in Atlantis as well. Herc died taking 2 of the Artemis NPs to the face. Drake, I think, was crippled in some way, shape, or form. I can't remember the exact details. And Jason fled to nowhere. He fled to Atlantis. Whereas Medea went on and made it to Olympus, I believe. But Don Quixote was there, huh? And they know about the Lost Belt, so they knew of us. So that would explain why they are willing to help us. But why is Sancho willing to betray us? Just because they want to live? I mean, I guess she's not betraying us. She's just betraying Vlad. It's kind of iffy. But there were so that line implies that there's more servants here that know of the Lost Belt. We didn't regret our choice to run. We knew we couldn't possibly make a difference even if we had stayed. We told ourselves that standing our ground here wouldn't change anything. That might also be why Don Quixote feels like he needs to apologize, because he was not there in Atlantis to help us out like he was supposed to be. But then Chaldea did it. They actually pulled it off. Every one of those heroes fought with honor and pride.
and we were nowhere to be seen. I never thought anything of it myself. I was sure our presence or absence wouldn't have affected the outcome at all. My sir, he was shocked.
I was wrong.
Of course you weren't, sir. Please don't say that, please.
I turned tail and ran. I challenged the windmill giants, but I couldn't do it when the same came with that to Atlantis. Where did my courage go? Why am I just a gutless old man now?
Servants are summoned in their prime. But for some reason, my sir was summoned as an aged knight. And to make things worse, he's also developed the devout belief so common among those near death. In his final moments, he eschewed the path of chivalry, withdrew from nonsensical stories, and sought nothing more than a peaceful, ordinary life. I'm sure different people interpret this choice differently, but if nothing else, he tried to be a good man right up to the end. However, the goodness he sought was that of an average, ordinary person. What we need now is daring and intrepidity. I want him to live. I want him to enjoy fulfilling human life. Maybe that's an impossible wish, now that we've been summoned as a servant, but I like to think that's why I'm here. So I'll betray our allies, even if that's not what he wants. But there was one other thing I didn't account for. I thought my sir was good, but cowardly man, that he had lost whatever bravery he had in Atlantis. His cowardice or bravery weren't what mattered. What mattered was his goodness. Which is why, even as he wordlessly accompanied myself and Count Vlad, he attempted something nobody expected.
Oh. All units, retreat! Retreat! Damn, so we lost. Oh well, at least we did everything we could. Yarman, would you round up the others and get them out of here? No, Stolf and I still have some things we need to do, you see.
We sure do. And we want you to lead the troops while we're gone. Thanks, buddy. We're counting on ya.
Understood. Then farewell. They're gonna confront Bradamante.
I guess our chickens really aren't coming home to roost.
You mean that chicken wool we pulled over everyone's eyes with our deceit?
Sure do.
Yeah. Oh well, at least we won't go down without a fight. Charles the Great and the others should be able to get clear as long as we buy enough time here. After that, well, we'll just have to see what happens.
Huh? Hey, over there. Is that...
Don Quixote. And Count Vlad's with them, too. Wait, what's Sancho doing? Who goes there?
I would like to request an audience with Constantinos XI, the Emperor of the Reinstatement Realm. My name is Sancho. As you can see, I've captured Vlad III. I'm here to make a deal, and this is what I have to offer.
Vlad III? Wait here. There sure are a lot of them. 1,500 soldiers surrounded Don Quixote, along with Sancho and Vlad III. He was scared. He was terrified. He had no wish to die. But, despite all of that...
Sir.
No. He'd found something else he valued more. Thank you for waiting. I'm Constantinos, and you are the one wishing to strike a deal.
I am. I would like to offer you Vlad III in exchange for my and Don Quixote's safety.
That was all he needed to hear. Constantinos was perfectly willing to negotiate. Of course, he could have decided to take both Sancho and Don Quixote captive as well. But any such thoughts fled the mind the moment he heard the latter's name. You were thinking. Thinking is always a good thing, Gabby. Yes, Don Quixote was famous. He may well be the best-known knight in all the world. Curious how many Buster servants can use BG for looping. BG. Technically, can't Orion loop? Just saying, technically he can loop, and he is a Buster servant. But he was far from strong. He was nothing more than a tired old man, a pathetic country bumpkin. Anyone familiar with his story knew that. But just as Constantinos was about to agree, something fluttered to his feet.
Sir.
The name's Don Quixote de la Mancha, famed knight-errant of Spain. I claim to be Charles the Great of the righteous realm. I'm the heir to his will. I am a servant of proper human history. I have been summoned here to defeat you all. Constantinos the 11th, great emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire. I challenge you to a duel. Okay, let's see here. What deck would Don Quixote use? We're talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, right? Gosh, there is, the Noble Knights. Don Quixote would totally use the Noble Knights deck, yes. Totally. He's not an Arthurian knight, but he is a knight, and that's the only really knight deck I can think of. Now, what is Constantinos going to use? I don't know. Very defensive, but also offensive. Maybe super heavy samurais, but he's not Eastern, so I don't know. Do you now? So cold was his voice that it sent shivers down Sancho's spine. Negotiations had not merely broken down. This was tantamount to a declaration of war.
Sir, what are you?
You will not lay a finger on my princess, my squire, nor my friend. Not while I stand.
Very well, a duel it is. You've declared you are a knight, so you should expect no mercy from me. Prepare to die, proper human history. All of you, stay out of this. This is my battle alone.
It is you who should prepare to meet your maker, traitorous emperor.
Sir, stop, you mustn't.
Stop, Sancho. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm throwing away everything you've done to keep me alive. But even so, this is a battle I can't run from. Now, how about you?
Go, Don Quixote. Do it. Make your dreams a reality.
Rider, formation restricted. Are we playing this battle out on our side?
I guess we'll just have to hide. What's up?
Hold on just a moment here. Good, there you are. The situation is dire. Sancho is taking Count Vlad captive. Sancho captured, I may. I knew it was dangerous to trust her. She is Don Quixote's squire, first and foremost. Our interests have been aligned in this until now. I knew she wouldn't hesitate to betray us, if doing so would prolong her lord's life. But I'm afraid I completely mishandled the timing. Very soon the entire righteous realm will cease to function as a collective.
Huh?
Miss Zufu, I suggest you fall back to the righteous realm as well. Yeah. Zuzu knows the truth.
Hey, didn't I tell you to address me as Miss Zufu, too? Anyway, what's this all about?
Perhaps you're right, but this isn't the place. It's too dangerous. I'll explain while we retreat to safer ground. I trust you're willing to risk her turning against us, Mr. Soul.
Oh, well, now I feel like maybe I should just plug my ears.
Sorry.
What? What is it? What's going on? Emergency. We're about to run into our enemy brigade. Take them out as fast as you can and get out of here fast. Huh? Where's this transmission coming from? What is this? What's going on?
I'll explain while we deal with these enemy troops. Or is this really the time for a briefing? You're talking Black Rail. Out of curiosity, can... So, what Buster servants can Black Grail loop? Here is the question. Hang on just a moment here. Need to throw in... Don Quixote instead of Barkist. What about Okitan? Can Okitan Buster Black Grail loop? Are we talking AoE or single target? Because Sanzong is also a Buster servant, I do believe. Jalter, perhaps? Just offering feedback. AoE. Okay. AoE Busters. Umu? Perhaps? What about Summer Umu? Okay, this Squad should be fine. Oof. The truth is... Ooh, debuff immunity and stun! Oh, we just told the truth. Okay. Let's go with... I'm gonna save the Holmes NP loop until I can get a good art set going here, I think. Okay, so next turn we're gonna have a Holmes NP chain. You think that was about it? Okay. Was just throwing some things at the wall and seeing if they would stick. Buster AoE. Come on, Holmes. This was supposed to be your arts chain turn. Holmes take out the archer, or the rider. Yeah. A certain Lolly Beast, Malu, Oberon, Koyan, Qcaster, and Arc. Gil deserves more. Yeah. Gil deserves to be a lot stronger than he is. He definitely does. I agree. I agree. But, hang on, you're talking about a beast. You're not talking she who shall not be named, right? You're not talking about she who shall not be named. She's not getting another form. Please tell me she is not getting another form. Oh, go Holmes! Come on, do it, Holmes, do it. Yes! I think we got enough for another charge. Yes, we do indeed. It's an upcoming servant. He won't spoil me. Okay, thank you for not spoiling me. I do appreciate. That back line Lancer is about to slap us silly. And I have no way of stopping it. So let's focus down on the front line Lancer then. And try and eliminate them. Are we talking upcoming as in this year or next year? Just out of curiosity. Just so I know if I need to ask for, iTunes gift cards for Christmas. Or my birthday. Or both. Because the only other beasts I can think of that would be considered Lolly's territory would be if for some reason they did to Goetia what they've done with so many other servants, or Tiamat, if we're getting a third form of Kama, the only true beast, the third. And I'm struggling to think of any other beasts. Koyan, technically. Foe, technically. Any other beasts? There's the beast from Prototype. That Proto Arthur is supposed to be hunting down or whatever. Let's make you not get your NP here. Thank you. And then... do. We're getting foe? Yes! But why are they turning foe into a lolly? Mordred, that sounds weird. That sounds very weird. I guess we never have gotten foe voiced. But still, that's weird. Fair point. Fair point. You have. A fair point you do have there. So, Beast Foe is a saber face, then. Is what, a saber face is what you're saying here. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, so, if you're playing JP, Gabby, then summer is coming up soon. Holds just destroyed that servant. Summer should be coming up soon as well for JP, so... who knows who's going to be on the summer. There's going to be at least 6 servants. And anniversary, yeah. You guys are from proper human history? I mean, okay, strictly speaking, I am too, but still. Yes, we are. Sorry for keeping it from you, Zuzu. Fine, I forgive you, but you're gonna let me pop you right in the mouth later. Got it? Aren't you also angry at proper human history? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But I got that from my master. I don't think it influenced me all that much. Not that I was gonna tell other servants, though. They probably wouldn't have taken it well. Anyway, not all servants are going to be as forgiving as me, so you should definitely keep that to yourselves as much as you can. I'm trying to remember what his Battle in New York outfit was. Or are you talking about the outfit from the CE that he's on? Well, I'm afraid I've got bad news and more bad news. Which would you like first? The CE one? Okay, yeah. That was a pretty cool outfit. We need a lot of the CE outfits to come to actual servants, though. Because some of the CEs have really good outfits. Like, I need to see Dangerous Beast MASH animated. Definitely need to see that animated. So tell me the bad news first here, Gordy. Don Quixote has revealed that he was pretending to be Charles the Great. I see. And that he's a servant from proper human history. Uh-huh. And he just challenged Constantinos to a duel. But why? Hell if I know! Nobody knows what goes through the mind of Don Quixote. I'm serious, we need to see a Dangerous Beast MASH animated. If they can traumatize us in Fate Grand Carnival by putting Lancelot in Dangerous Beast, they can only make it up to us by putting MASH in Dangerous Beast. They need to do it. They need to make up for the trauma they've inflicted upon so many people. So many. Ugh. This isn't over yet. Come on! I'm a knight. The name's Don Quixote de la Mancha. Permit me to take up my sword. Let's go. You within sight. You're within sight. This is nothing. Facing such a formidable foe brings me joy. Reveal the Lord your majesty. No matter what happens, I mustn't run away. Gah.
Sir!
Stay back. Ugh. How strange. That shiny golden armor of yours is little more than a ruined scrap now, but you can still stand. What is it that fuels your tenacity? Your fame, perhaps? However, Don Quixote, you foolish old man of a knight, reduced to no more than a feeble jester. The world you see around you now is reality. In this moment, your chivalry and your story serve neither point nor purpose. To make matters worse, you've revealed yourself as a servant of proper human history. Would failing to do so have violated your vaunted chivalric code? No, that was more of a spur-in-the-moment thing. I don't understand. Why would you do this to yourself? If you had simply handed Vlad III over, you could have lived out the rest of your days in peace. You've ruined any chance of that now, and for nothing. Now that I know you and your squire are servants of proper human history, I'm going to kill you both. I do feel bad about doing this to Sancho, but even so, there are some points I just can't compromise on. No, shouldn't compromise on. I see.
Sir! Please, your Imperial Majesty, no more! I admit defeat. I'll do anything you say. I'll even give up my own life. Please, just spare...
That's enough, Sancho. Not another word! Remember, you are not only Sancho. You are also my beloved princess, Dulcinea. Your Imperial Majesty. I know you are a great man who carries the weight of an empire on his shoulders. I'm nothing compared to that. I'm not even a real knight. This body can't be real. I must be here because of a nameless man stole Don Quixote's framework for himself. Or maybe I'm no more than a phantasm built atop a delusion. No, that can't be right. If I'm not real, then where did that pain and terror come from? Why did I turn tail and run away? To Olympus! Some of history's greatest heroes, each stronger than 1,000 ordinary soldiers, were gathered here. Some were a little different than how I'd imagined them, but each was so legendary I was queasy just being near them. Some of them were knights, sort I'd always dreamed of being. Just being there among them was like a dream come true, like a chapter out of a grand adventure book. So Diana and Samson were there. Herc! Ah, now this is life. The life I always wanted to live. The life of a knight. But not even they could match the gods of Atlantis. Seeing some of the greatest heroes in all the world just vaporized before my eyes broke me. I can't do this. I can't do anything to help. Then let's run for it, sir. Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. Words had me crying tears of joy. Afterwards, I stopped thinking about anything. I turned my back on my chivalric ideals. The next thing I knew, I was here in this singularity. I ran. I ran from a world of dreams. And all this time, I've been running from reality, too. No more. You. But if I run, I'll lose something irreplaceable. Something Don Quixote never lost, no matter how foolish he was. Something precious, that can pop like a bubble if you don't hold on to it. It's so obvious. I need to help people. I need to strive to be a good person. Everyone should strive to do so, not only knights. As long as I'm able to stand my ground and fight, that's exactly what I need to do. Even if I'm up against an emperor. Ah! I suppose I should commend you for your determination. But I'm afraid I have my own just cause to fight for now. Forgive me, Don Quixote. You are a foolish knight, but a good, ordinary man.
Sir!
Dodge, Don Quixote. That strike will... Everyone was certain he was about to die. Sancho and Vlad III watching from the sidelines, and of course, Don Quixote himself. Constantinos was certain the strike would bring him victory. And then, out of nowhere, it was as if night had become day. The brilliance of the holy light blinded every one of the assembled 1,500 soldiers of the reinstatement realm. Now that's awesome.
Charlie! I think I got the screen chat too. Nope, I got a good shot, I think. It's a little blurry, but yeah, that might work for the thumbnail for this episode. Facing reality, refusing to run from it. Knight or just plain regular person, that's about the most awesome thing anyone can do. If you can do that, I've got no problem with you calling yourself Charles the Great. I'll allow it, and I'm okay with it. Nobody else has any right to complain. What is your name? I'm Charlemagne. I'm also known as Charles the Great, the father of Europe. What? I'm the real deal. Welcome back, Gabby. Don Quixote, fearsome hero, stout of both heart and fleet of foot, the equal of my paladins in every way. Your valiant battle has moved me. And so I'm giving you a new mission. Leave this battlefield at once, and keep that princess of yours safe. I refuse! What? I must see for myself whether you are truly Charlemagne, and if you are truly on our side. Sancho, get out of here. No way, forget it. I'm staying right here or I'm going to cry. Oh, okay. I see, you truly are the sort of princess and squire a kind-hearted knight needs. Then behold my sacred sword, my light, my noble phantasm. Noble phantasm. Take this, Constantinos. Behold my sacred sword's shining light. O gallant knight, Don Quixote, in the name of Charlemagne, leave this battle to me. No matter how many invasions there are, nothing shall overcome our faith. We will never yield. Even if this body perishes, our motherland shall endure eternal. O everlasting holy light, O infinite colors, O my peerless knights. Demonstrate my royal prowess. Joyous Ordre. I think that NP looks fairly similar to how it was from Extella Link. This light, it really is Joyce, the indomitable sacred sword. It's said to change color 30 times a day, and was given to Charles the Great by a Byzantine emperor. Then, it's him, it's really him. Charles the Great, aka Charlemagne. You know it. Constantinos, it's time we made our retreat. Johanna, victory is ours. We've eliminated most of the righteous realm servants who are guarding the North Gate. We can't afford to lose you now. But they're servants of proper human history. Sorry, we're late. I'm relieved to see you still alive, Don Quixote, and you, Miss Sancho. From what I can ascertain, it seems the tables have turned. Lord Sol, Lord Holmes. Your Imperial Majesty. Alright, we'll retreat. Emperor Constantinos. I won't say anything more. I hope you'll accept that as a token of our sincerity. You have my thanks. All units, retreat. Charles is awesome. He really, really is. My Emperor. Follow your heart, Bradamante. That's the sort of star you were meant to fight under. Thank you, Your Imperial Majesty. Then I shall take my leave. I really hope I got a cool screenshot of him with the pure blue background. You don't like, what one thing don't you like in his NP? So you're Seton. That's me, Seton / Charlemagne. Can't believe this. Well, believe it. I'm Charlemagne. And I came to the Singularity on behalf of Rex Magnus Carl. You're here on behalf of yourself.
Then that would make you an impostor, but your Imperial aura is genuine. Well, to majorly simplify things, I'm very much Charles the Great. But I have basically none of my Father of Europe aspect in me. I'm the Charlemagne who left behind a whole bunch of entertaining legends in Europe. I guess you could say I'm his young adventurer side. I see. Charlemagne's greatest legends are those of his exploits alongside his 12 paladins and those of the empire he founded as the Father of Europe. At times, a servant's spirit origin reflects certain aspects more strongly than others. You often see this in versions of the same servant who reflect their good and bad sides respectively. It seems in your case you have manifested with an aspect reflecting legends of your youthful adventures. That's right, I should have expected a great detective like Holmes to get it pretty quick. So, truth is, I've gotten into plenty of bad arguments with my Emperor aspect, even tried to kill each other over it. We had a lot of reasons for our differences, but eventually we managed to reconcile. And he ended up entrusting me with this mission. Thou art the chosen one to bring light on the singularity. Were he not, I shall bestow upon thee a fraction of my power. End quote. Anyway, I finally managed to manifest here, but I'm anything but a normal servant. I only got summoned as a part of a chain based on the other 12 paladins here. Not even the Holy Grail called on me. So that means no master plus a shoddy summon. What's that get you? A spirit origin in shambles. The wings? I'm pretty sure the wings are meant to represent the various blades that the other knights of his other paladins wielded. I finally managed to manifest after spending all my time in safe mode, but I'd say I only have maybe 2 or 3 times I can use my real power, and only if I try really hard. On top of that, there's a time limit on it all too. Even if I don't do anything, I'll be fading away in about 48 hours. Huh? What did you say? My Emperor, what are you doing here? Helping you guys, and also Chaldea when it really counts. What else? Huh? What, did you think I was a kind of cold-hearted bastard who'd abandoned his cherished friends and subordinates in their hour of need? Well, no, I never thought that, but still, did you come all this way just to help us? Hell yeah, I did. It doesn't get any more awesome than helping out people as cool as all of you. I gotta say though, Don Quixote's displays of sheer unbridled awesome there kinda put us all to shame. It moved me to use my power. Huh? Sancho, are my ears still ringing, or did he say my name? He did, sir. Emperor Charlemagne most definitely said that Don Quixote is the greatest knight to ever live. What? No, he absolutely did not. Yes, he did. I heard it myself, right? Sure. Now you're just putting words in his mouth. It's true, though. To me, you really are the greatest knight ever. The wings are cool, but look kind of weird, the movement of them opening. Okay, yeah, sort of how they unfold. I can see that, then. Yeah, I can see it. Everyone, I apologize. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Sancho. Yes? I may not always be successful, and I do try to read the room, as they say. Okay. So let us forget this ever happened. I believe that is the best solution to this problem. What do you think? Huh? But they're so much more generous than I deserve. It was my failure to plan it that led to this crisis. Frankly speaking, if I let things stand as they are, this ordeal could have become a blemish on my honor. So I say we let bygones be bygones. Is that alright with you, Your Imperial Majesty? Like I said earlier, I don't even have a little of that Charles the Great aura going for me. But sure, works for me. Besides, it's not like this is all wrapping up happily ever after. The Righteous Realm's forces are in shambles. Alright, Gabby, yep, I will probably be streaming again tomorrow around the same time, so thanks for stopping by, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in future streams. There's bound to be plenty of soldiers who won't believe who I am or who will oppose us because we're on proper human history's side. When all is said and done, we'd be lucky if we had 500 soldiers still on our side. Even knowing that, Sancho Panza, Don Quixote, will you stay with me? With us? And by us, I mainly mean this guy over here. Me? We're still servants of proper human history side. We don't have many other choice. That is, assuming Lord Soul is okay with it. If you confided in your heart to forgive Sancho, I'll do anything you want. You can even turn me into a bomb if you like. I'm fine. I'm glad we have you fight with us. Of course we will.
Yes, we will.
Very good, but I must ask Miss Sancho, what if Don Quixote's life is threatened again?
Of course I wouldn't betray you. Again. Come on, at least look us in the eyes when you say it.
I'm sorry, that was mean of me. It's alright, Miss Sancho, your priority should lie with him. If such a time should come again, I shall simply have to ensure you don't slip past us.
I really am no match for you. Oh, or for you, too, with your incredible magnanimity. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking us in, especially my sir.
Alright, let's go talk to the surviving servants. Just be careful, because they might be mad enough to attack us. But don't worry, it'll be fine. Just tell them they'll disappear, proper human history goes away. It's kinda obvious, but the fact is, too many servants here have been ignoring the obvious. Frankly, I still have yet to understand a key factor myself. Why are these servants rebelling anyways? Do you know? Why does anyone rebel ever? Unbearable rage, that's why. Overwhelming emotion that tells them they don't need to spare their enemy. In that sense, the reinstatement realm is managing their emotions in a healthy way. The realm has been summoning most servants that but fully buy into their master's will has gotta be the revenge realm. Yeah, the revenge realm is kind of heavy on that revenge kick, aren't they? But that was section 16. What a section it was! Next is section 17. But for those of you watching this on YouTube, you won't see that until tomorrow. For now, I've been Dragon. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to like to show your support and subscribe so you can see when the next one will come out. Hint, it's probably going to be tomorrow. But thank you so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, YouTube.